but experiencing, that's 100,000 times more powerful than reflecting. And we back. And boy, do we have one hell of an announcement today. And that is we've taken 300 episodes and we've made transcriptions of each of them. And then we've uploaded them to an AI chatbot that you can find at Tdvgpt.com. Scroll down a little bit and you can chat with a chatbot trained on the data from all of these episodes, trained on the data from Advaita Vedanta. You don't have to worry about hallucinations or just being wishy-washy or borrowing from other philosophies and weaving in answers because it doesn't quite know the difference. It's trained solely on Advaita Vedanta. It's the only AI chatbot that I know of that's like this, trained on a specific philosophy, on 300 episodes of the content that's shared on the Daily Vedantic so that it can be available 24/7 for you. And it is now live. Tdvgpt.com. The reason I wanted to do this, you just scroll down, it's free. You don't have to have an account or anything. You just start asking questions. And there are a few questions already there that you can choose from that are kind of pre-populated that I just wrote in that I know are FAQs that people have. But the reason that I wanted to do this is because of a few things. One, within this philosophy, this is not the case with many traditions, but within this philosophy, questions are sacred. Sacred. The 3 daily practices of Vedanta are to question everything. Don't take anything for granted. And to study and reflect daily. Now, classically, the 3 practices are listening, reflecting, and then experiencing. So I always like to call out that the practices classically are more than just the daily practices of questioning everything. The herd mentality that's dragging you into this or that desire, questioning what you think is really important in life, belonging or admiration, questioning the pursuit of wealth or fame or love, what you think is love from others. Question all of that. Question internally your motivations for this or that action. Question these deep beliefs that we might have that we think are fundamental to the world. External pleasures are where happiness is found. So these daily practices, question everything, don't take anything for granted, and study, reflect daily. Because you go 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months without study and reflection on timeless wisdom, and you get caught up in whatever worldly pursuit your friends are in a frenzy for, whatever scarcity mindset thing. Just, I know for me, if I go a few days, then I have a lunch with a friend and they mention something like, damn, they're doing better than me. I think I need to step up my game. I know that if I don't have that daily grounding wire, study and reflection every morning, it's only a matter of a few days before I get the virus of attachment. And then, like I said, there are the classical perennial practices that go beyond just daily practice, and that's listening, reflection, and then nididhyasana. It's Shravana, Manana, nididhyasana in Sanskrit. But in English, listening or reading, then reflecting, because reflection is 100,000 times more powerful than listening or reading. Just, we all know that feeling of something blows us away and then 2 days later, you can't even remember what the concept, the quote, the phrase was that totally stopped you in your tracks 2 days prior because you didn't reflect on it over and over and over again. It's 100,000 times more powerful than listening or reading, some cool quote on Instagram. You double tap it, you like it. 4 hours later, it's like it never happened because there was no reflection on it. So reflection in this philosophy explicitly stated as 100,000 times more powerful than listening or reading. But experiencing, that's 100,000 times more powerful than reflecting. Reading about surfing, cool. Reflecting on it, what it would be like, really thinking it through, even more powerful. Experiencing it makes the other two pale in comparison. But out of all of these parallel practices that we take on within this philosophy, the one that is paramount, more important than any other, is the one that I listed first, questioning. You see, this philosophy is seen as a gymnasium in many ways, a gym to work out. These concepts will work you out. As you hear them and you start to question these seemingly foundational notions that we have of the world around us, it is yoga for your intellect. It is twisting your mind and your intellect in contortions it may have never been in before. And that's what strengthens it. That's what, as that old adage goes, a mind stretched by a new idea cannot go back to its prior dimensions. These new ideas, they work out the mind. It's like a gym. But this philosophy is also seen, it's also said to be like a hospital. Go through something traumatic, this philosophy will heal you right up. Go through something really, really hard. You're in the midst of something really, really hard. This is a spiritual, philosophical, divine solace that speaking personally, that I've never found anywhere else. Instead of something that's maladaptive and licking your wound and the wound gets worse and worse and worse, this is the ointment that with a little bit of time heals it up. Maybe it's the surgery that makes it stronger. The surgery that removes the thing that's causing the problem in the first place. Both a gym and a hospital. And you get to use both of these, either of these, depending on whatever your need is at that moment. When you pick up Vedanta Treatise, the book, for example, when you get to have a conversation with someone in the satsang community of truth that's pursuing the higher with you. But out of all of these things, question everything. Satsang. Be able to get an answer to a question that you might have. Be able to reference the philosophy, the gymnasium, the hospital. Kept thinking, what if it was open 24/7? Where you could ask it anything that's on your mind right then, a specific question where you'd like a specific answer. And you might not have that in-person satsang, that in-person community of truth. I know I didn't for the longest time until we started having philosophy club hangs here in Venice. I didn't have anyone that studied this philosophy around me geographically. I could reach out to my teacher, Joseph, who was sometimes in the area. Sometimes I have to wait 12 hours, which is not bad at all, for a reply because he's in India. Reach out to Swami, ask him questions, and wait for a reply. And this is so far from getting to ask a realized soul. So make no mistakes about this. This is probably a mistaken-prone chatbot semi-solution. But man, I've asked it a bunch of questions, kicked the tires on it a lot, and been thoroughly impressed with the clarity and the answers based on the transcripts from these episodes, based on feeding it the right training data, that I was really blown away by it. Like I said, it's a fun day to introduce this to the community to where anyone can tap into it for free. Like I said, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You just go to thedailyvedantic.com, scroll down, start asking questions. Set a bookmark, start asking it any and all questions that you might have, any and all hours of the day. See if it becomes this gymnasium when that's needed, or the hospital when that's what's in order. So with that, I'll put the link to the Daily Vedantic in the show notes. Shoot me any and all suggestions, comments, feedback, questions about this AI chatbot powered by ChatGPT and trained by these episodes. And let me know what you think. You can shoot me a DM on Instagram, the Daily Vedantic, or you can shoot the whole team an email, hello@thedailyvedantic.com. We look forward to hearing from you, but more than that, look forward to you being able to use this tool whenever you want. That's today's reflection on the Daily Vedantic. We'll see you next time.